Hello world! Welcome back to another HeroCTF v4 write-up video. In this video, we'll be covering the crypto challenge Poly321. Let's get into it. An unskilled mathematician has created an encryption function. Can you decrypt the message? Okay, so they give us a little encrypt.py here, so let's go ahead and open that up. We'll just open it up in code. Okay, so we have a redacted flag here, we have an encryption array or list, and it's looping through each character of the flag. It's setting a variable v to the decimal value of the character and flag, and then it's appending the result of v plus v squared plus v cubed to the encryption array. And we can see the resulting encrypted list from the original flag down here. So we probably need to decrypt this list. Now, that being said, some things to point out is that this is a polynomial, so we should be able to decrypt it by solving the polynomial. And I'll show you what I mean by that in a second. So first off, let's comment out this bit here because we don't need it. And we're gonna come up here and we're gonna go ahead and define a list with the encryption numbers here. Did not mean to do that. There we go. Now, what do we want to do? Well, we got to figure out what the polynomial is. So that's not too hard. So it's v plus v squared plus v cubed equals our number. We'll just use the first one in the list as our little test dummy. So we need to solve for v. Whatever v is going to be our, well, once we convert it to a character, it's going to be the character that makes up part of our flag. Now, that being said, Simpy has a great polynomial solver we can use, and it's very simple to use. So let's go ahead and grab the libraries that we need for that. Now, in order to get Simpy to work like we want it to, we actually need to make it so that the polynomial equals 0 rather than, how it is right now. And that's very easy to do. We just take what we have here, and then we subtract from the right side, right? Because we want to zero it out, and we set that equal to 0. Now that's just some basic algebra you can perform to get what you want. So our varying factor here will obviously be this number right here in our polynomial. Now then, let's just take this very slowly, one step at a time, and let's just test this theory out for the first value in our list. So let's define a symbol, and we'll just use v. So v equals symbol v. And then we're going to say print, because you have to print it when you're doing a script. If we were just doing the normal Python terminal, we wouldn't have to do this. Solve, and then we're going to do, of course, v plus v squared plus v cubed minus 378,504, and then we're going to solve for v. Okay, so let's just see what that prints out for us. And I'll go ahead and maximize this so we can see it. All right, so we get a list as a result. The first value is a whole number. The second and third values are imaginary. Obviously, we can't really do much with those, so let's just see what our first value gives us if we were to convert it to a character. So we'll just do CHR, and then remember, since this came out as a list, we need to reference the first value in that list. So we just do 0, and then closing parentheses, and that, I think that looks good. So let's save it, rerun it, and we get an H, which is the first character in our flag format. Awesome. Now we just need to do it for the rest of the list. And how do we do that? Well, we can simply just do a for loop, and we do for I in L to loop through each character, well, each number rather. And then we'll just say print. And then remember, this is the one that changes each time, so we need to change that to I. And then that should give us our flag. So let's go ahead and run that, clear that out. Ah, yes, there's our flag, for sure, for sure. So now we just want to print it out all in one line. We can do that simply by adding our little end equals empty there. And there's the full flag. This is very weak encryption. So we'll grab that and we'll paste it into our flag submission. And there we go. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like and subscribe to the channel to show your support. Turn on post notifications to get regular injections of cyber content directly into your feed. Check out our Patreon, join our Discord, and follow us on Twitter. Links in the description box down below. And leave any feedback or questions in the comments section down below. This is Almond Milk. Thanks for watching. Goodbye, world.